Okay, hello. We have executed 1 week, our first iteration,
Right.
and now at the end of the week, I'm going to do a quick little um, demo of a demo, explanation of our end of the week ceremonies, as we call them. We are going to review what we had planned, and then we would demo to our team, or in this case, each other, what we did. We would do a retrospective, and then we would plan for our next week. So I have been using a Trello board, so I'm going to go back and share my Trello board. And here is my board for the week of April 6th, the one I've been working on. These are the things that I was working on, and so almost all of them I have met my definition of done. I kind of, I wasn't super strict about what what I was going to consider done. And as I was working through it, I did add some things as I came across of what I wanted to do to consider this done. So for example, this first one, the Carpe Diem Day website is a huge thing, but I had an idea of what categories I wanted to do and what I wanted to get some sort of widget that would tie it in with other social media. So I'm going to show you the result of that. My Carpe Diem Day website it is live, even though I haven't publicized it at all, because it still has things like this sample page, and it's really more of a shell. And so I put the things that I had originally planned as far as these menu items, and I just put these kind of placeholder blog posts, but I did figure out how to make it so that when I added a blog post, I could tie it to a particular category and that it would then end up in that category. I took a screenshot of my online Zumba class and saw that was going to be in the small businesses, and on special days we talked about the April Fool's Day. So I really was just getting the shell out here and seeing that I knew the mechanics of how to add blog posts and have them be different categories. Now that I've done that, I'm kind of rethinking what categories I want to have out here. And so I'm putting another story in for next week now, where I'm going to reorganize this a little bit, I think, with different headings. And I want to, and so I'll lay this out when I'm planning for my next week, what I want to accomplish for that. But I'm going to kind of do my next iteration on this website and get a little, some real content out instead of a sample page, a real home page, and a couple actual real blog posts. Okay, so, but then we also see I did add these widgets. I just did Facebook and LinkedIn, but these are actually integrated so that if you click on that, you're going to get to my Carpe Diem Connections Facebook page. And I also created a LinkedIn. This seems like, so it's a little slow to populate, but this is my Carpe Diem
nice.
Facebook page. Yep. And if we go back, we have to go back to Carpe Diem Day again here, because we also have a LinkedIn. The LinkedIn group I created, but I didn't invite anybody to it because, again, I'm still sort of in just the creation stage of all this, so it's not really ready for me to advertise or invite people or anything. But and ultimately I'll have some other social media, maybe Pinterest or Twitter, Instagram, things like that. But I see now how to do that integration into social media. So that was another thing I wanted to do. During the demo, again, we kind of look at what we wanted to accomplish, and we demo that we did that. Another quick one was this dance party that I hosted. You were there, Becky, so you saw it there. But I wanted to do a blog post about that too, to really consider it complete. And I did create a blog post today of that. In fact, that should be on my Carpe Diem website. I didn't quite see that, so let me go back and just make sure that that got on.
You have to click your blog. There we go.
Yeah, but yes, there it is. So there's the virtual dance party, and I did a little video from using Super Carpe Diem Woman's persona there for that. So so that was, so again, we'll do in more depth, we'll look at each other's accomplishments for the week. And then our next thing that we'll do is we'll talk about what worked well, what didn't for the week, what could have made us more, or what helped us stay motivated, what maybe was preventing us from being motivated. Do we want to take on more or less next week? Do we want to sort of rework? So that's what we do during the retrospective. And then I've already sort of in preparation planned for my next, then I have a week of April 13th. So I'm going to do my next iteration of this website, kind of like what we're talking about, and I'll put what that looks like. In working this week, one of the things that didn't work well for me is that my desktop here is extremely disorganized and messy. So I really want to kind of clean up and be more organized. And I know I have a class on my Mac OS that I want to review and learn so I can be a little more efficient when I'm working. And then as I was working with these two nonprofits, Seniors with Skill and Love for the Elderly, there are more tasks that need to happen that I'm putting on stories for next week. I also want to learn more about slideshows and maybe create some slideshows with iMovie. So so those are the three things that we will do with all of our stories. I'll be looking at what you did and you'll be demoing to me, and we'll talk through what we want to, how it went for us, what we accomplished, and what we want to do next week. Any questions?
No, beautiful.
All right. Okay, thanks a lot then, Becky, and we will continue this later then. Thank you.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Okay.